Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever in the world you are. Welcome to the Unusual Grace channel, and thank you so much for stopping by. So, guess what? I am going on a 30-day commitment challenge, and you might be wondering what that is. If you want to journey with me on this 30-day commitment challenge, stay tuned. Now, over the next 30 days, I will be committing to a specific time of prayer for 30 days in a row, praying at the same time every day for 30 days. It's not the first time that I'm doing something like this, but this is more like a concentrated time of prayer on some specific matters. Now, what is the 30-day challenge in essence? I want you to think of something that you can do every day for the next 30 days that will bring you closer to God. And for some of the days over that period, I will be sharing with you some short devotional thoughts, and you should be seeing that popping up. So if you want to be a part of the journey, you have to subscribe. I encourage you to do so and to click the notification bell so that you are notified whenever a new post goes up. All right. So for the 30 days, over the next 30 days, this is day one. I want you to choose what you will do. So maybe for you, it's Bible reading, Bible study that you want to be studying the scriptures over the next 30 days. And what you would do is decide that, okay, you look at your schedule and you're going to carve out some time that you can use. Just in case you are thinking, I can't do a personal Bible study on my own. I don't even understand what I'm reading. I don't know how to approach it. I am going to put in a link in the description below to another video that I did as to how you can fall in love with studying the word again. And it gives you practical tips and walks you through how you can conduct personal Bible study. I am so excited. So for you, it could be Bible study or it could be prayer, whatever it is that you need to boost up. It could be church attendance. If you want to boost up your church attendance, you have not been there in a while, since COVID, you have been in and out and maybe mostly out or totally out and you want to get going again, I challenge you over the next 30 days. Once there is a face-to-face church service keeping, don't join online. Go there in person if that is practical for you to do. And at the end of the 30 days, we will be developing a new habit that will glorify God and will pull us closer to Him. So I hope you'll join me. Are you going to join me for the 30-day challenge? I look forward to it. I want you to put a comment down below to tell me what you will be doing for every day over the next 30 days to draw closer to God. And my devotional thoughts will be surrounding commitment. And so I am looking forward to the journey. I am so excited. I will be journeying with a friend of mine. We've already discussed it, and we will be meeting for prayer on day one. Aren't you excited? Yes, it's gonna be great. So the question is, what is commitment and what does it look like? Now, if you were to open any English Dictionary, you will see commitment being described or defined as the state or quality of being dedicated to a cause or dedicated to something else. And therefore, when it comes to commitment, there is a dedication. Commitment assumes consistency in pursuit. Commitment assumes consistency in doing something, not just for now, but in future times to come. It begins with a decision and it is followed up with an action. And this is very important as we think about commitment. People can be committed to their families, people can be committed to a job, people can be committed to their own self gain and making money, and there are so many things that we can say people are committed to. There is even the thought that some people are just not committed to anything, and I want to challenge that by saying everyone is committed to something, if even that means you're committed to a lack of discipline. If you are not committed to something that is helping you to grow as a believer, then by default you are committed to something that is getting in the way of opposing or thwarting that growth that you can have as a believer. So when we look at commitment from a spiritual standpoint, I want us to recognize that God requires commitment from us and not just a mere contribution. People can be committed to church activities, committed to church events and outreach programs without being committed to God. So over the next few days in week 1, we want to look at this commitment to God and to talk about what that means. And I read something on Salt and Light Ministries website, and I want to pick a paragraph out of that, so I'm giving them the credit, and read that for you because I found it to capture very well what we are now discussing in our first day of the commitment challenge. Listen to this. According to the article, it says that commitment, more specifically, commitment is something that is shown in our individual behavior, our personal integrity, in our loyalty to home and family and community, as well as to the church. But it says being totally committed to Christ may apparently bring opposition and trouble to our lives. Being totally committed to God may even cause us some trouble out of the very people that are supposed to be on our side. But what I want us to grab from this is this part of the article where it says total commitment to God means that Jesus is our sole authority, our guiding light, and our unerring compass. Being committed to Christ means being fruitful. It means being a servant. Now, I want to bring our attention to Romans chapter 12, verse 1 and verse 2. Romans chapter 12, verse 1 and verse 2, it says, "Therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will." Amazing. So, what are the points that I want to leave with us today as we talk about everyone being committed to something and what that commitment looks like to God? The first thing is that total commitment speaks to presenting our bodies as living sacrifices. Now, I want us to understand something about a sacrifice, because the Old Testament concept or practice of sacrificing includes or involved slaughtering, the slaughtering of an animal. It was given up as a sacrifice unto God, if God was the one who instructed it or required it. Now, so something had to die when we talk about a sacrifice in the Old Testament. Now, when we here in Romans chapter 12, we are being told to present our bodies, physical bodies, as a living sacrifices, holy and acceptable. Living sacrifice seems like two opposites, right? Living sacrifice. Well, let me tell you something about sacrifice. When we become sacrifice, as we talk about commitment to God, it requires that something dies. It requires giving something up. It requires putting aside some things that we may otherwise cherish, love, and adore. Because now it is no longer about us, it is about God. When we are committed to God, it is not about us anymore, it is now to God. So presenting our bodies as living sacrifices simply means that it is important that we practice and live out moral purity, moral blamelessness, spiritual wholeness, separation from evil, and complete dedication to God. It speaks to a lifestyle that honors God. So I want to ask you the question, how committed are you?